Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work Podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are doing fabulous. I thank you for tuning in. We are still in our resume building or resume series, if you will. If you have not listened to any of the other shows, as I stated in previous shows, that I am covering this because it made me realize how important resumes are and just keeping up on your skills and your experiences and keeping them in one place, if you will, having it documented and refreshing it every so often, if you will. We're going to reiterate some of the things we've talked about. Again, the resume is the point of you getting an interview somewhere. Keeping in mind that our resumes are used for not just in a place where you're looking for a job, but even if you're an entrepreneur or whatever else. Just keeping a central location for you to have all of your experiences placed, and especially in a written form. Written does not mean it has to be in the book or typed up, but just someplace to keep it. So whenever someone is asking for it, you have it readily available for whatever the situation is. So last episode, we spoke about a chronological resume, and today we're going to talk about a functional resume. Now, some people may have looked into this functional resume, but those of you who have not, these type of resumes, they are used for those individuals who are looking into pivoting into a new industry that may not fit where you were previously. Some of us, as we are moving forward in our career, sometimes we find jobs that we're really interested in, and the opportunities are not suited for what we have already done. And a functional resume helps you to highlight your skills that are needed for the targeted position. Also, it can be used if you're lacking certain work experiences related to a position, and or if you have way too many gaps in your employment history. Now, some people may say, well, Maurice, I don't even have the skills, but this is where you highlight what you have when you're looking for a position. So for an example, if you are in, let's say, a cashier, right? But you're looking to become a customer service rep in a particular call center. And this is what I've seen in the past. people have been able to transition because they really highlighted how they were able to use those customer service skills in a retail location and how it transferred into a call center. So those are the type of skills that are you will highlight how you handle certain situations professionally, intellectually, and showcase that for those individuals that's going to do the hiring for this position. You know, sometimes also in this functional resume, it also gives you some creative space, if you will. This is where you can highlight a little bit more of your talent. You can also highlight a little bit more of your portfolio if you're going to be a creative individual. If you are, I've also heard people talk about situations where they may feel as though they are overqualified for certain places, and all they want to do is just show what they know and what they show and what they have done versus their work history, because unfortunately it is not compatible. They feel as though it's not compatible to where they're going. I do believe that in this resume, it does not show or does not showcase you because it does not showcase what you have done in a chronological order. It doesn't always feel as if it is relatively organized. Sometimes some recruiters, and I've again, I have a lot of HR friends. Sometimes they don't like the functional resume because it's not a quick and easy view. In the episode 2 episodes ago, we had discussed how when people are looking at your resume and they're having it scannable, when they're glancing at it, it's not going to show, hey, here's your work history, you've done this, you've done that, so forth and so on. So they can't do a quick glance at your resume to say, hey, let me pull this out, let me pull that out, and this is what I'm going to use and review as my basis of hiring you and moving forward with an interview. In a functional, it would take a little bit more time for them to review. And it doesn't necessarily highlight your responsibilities that you've reached and where or when you may have developed your skills. So let's understand that a functional resume can, it works, right? But ultimately, if you are looking to change or pivoting into a new industry, this is where you might want you really may want to use a functional resume. It may not be used in every situation, and you may want to again have your chronological resume ready in those situations, because someone could say, "Hey, you know what? You sound like you could be a good fit, but," and as soon as they throw the button there, you can say, "Hey, you know what? I have my chronological resume ready. If it's easier for you to read and for you to understand, here it is, waiting for you." So, and because of this, we've become so accustomed to such a structure when we're looking at this, that, and the structure being the chronological, that sometimes I think that the functional can also be misrepresented and misviewed because it's highlighting who you are. It can possibly show your interpersonal skills, or it can highlight it a little bit more. And a lot of times we listen to individuals, especially when it comes to customer service, and this is why I mentioned it. Right now, overall, there's an overview or over idea that customer service is being missed today. We don't know how to speak to one another. We don't know how to communicate with one another. And if you have a position where you were able to really utilize your customer service skills, grow individuals, if you will, service them properly, if you will, and give your company who you might have been working for a better brand, if you will. You're helping someone build a better brand. So as you're looking at this functional resume, please understand that these things are good, but being a functional resume, they're good, but sometimes our structure and our sometimes people are not willing to change. It may not always go over very well. So a functional resume is for those that are transitioning, highlighting your skills, lack of work experience, and maybe gaps in your employment history. That's the point of, or that's what it highlights, if you will. Someone looks at a functional resume, they may have that in their mind also. So I hope that you have learned something today, and please continue to tune in, and I will talk to you later.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.